Once again, welcome you students in the second session of human reproduction. Today we are going to start the female reproductive system. As you know very well that is the location. The location of the female reproductive system present in the pelvic area. Clear students? In the pelvic area. It consists of how many parts? So it contains the first, that is a fallopian tube, that is named as the fallopian tube. Who say that also named as the oviduct. Another, a pair of the ovary, that is the pair of ovary. After that, uterus is there, that is a pear shape like structure. Another is the cervix, then vagina, then external genitalia, that is the covering around the vagina part, and a pair of the mammary glands. So first we are going to discuss the ovary. So you know very well that there is a one pair of the ovary present in both the side, or that is the primary sex organ in the case of the female body. Okay, so each ovary can be located in the lower abdomen part, right? And each ovary having the 2 to 4 centimeter in length. So ovary can be attached with the, it is attached with the help of the that name as the fimbriae. It is attached with the fimbriae of the fallopian tube. Clear student? It is attached with the fimbriae. Okay. If we cut the section of the ovary, so there will be the two major part. A peripheral, that means the outer part is named as the cortex, and inner one is the medulla. Just check. This is the area of the cortex. This is cortex, and that is area named as the inner one is the medulla. Clear student? So the next tube is the oviduct. So oviduct is the, that is a tube like structure, that is a tube like structure having the three major part, that is the three major part. Just check here, that is the outer part is the outgrowth in the finger like projection like structure is named as the fimbriae, which help in to attach the ovary. Okay, above that one is a, that is the broad part as compared to the infundibulum, that's named as the ampulla, or ampulla is joined with the isthmus. So remember two name here beta. Isthmus ampulla is also named as the isthmus ampulla junction. Why it is very important? Sometime in the NEET examination, examiner will ask you the question. Write the site where the fertilization take place. Don't say in the vagina, in the uterus. Okay, always take place in the fallopian tube, but become as the Arjun. Okay, we need a particular site. So that is the junction is named as the isthmus ampulla junction of the fallopian tube, where the fertilization take place. Okay, that means the ovum will become up to that site only, up to that site only. Clear? And sperm can be motile in nature, so it can come here, right beta? Clear everybody? So just check once again, that is the three major part. Infundibulum is having the finger like projection, fimbriae, and that is the infundibulum. After that connected with the help of a broad part named as the ampulla, and ampulla after that is the isthmus, and both are named as the isthmus ampulla junction. Clear student? After that is the uterus. Uterus is the pear shape structure, that is a pear shape structure. Okay, it is attached with the ligaments in the pelvic area. Okay, that is attached with the ligaments. It has the three different layer. It has the three different layer. Remember beta, the three different layer is the very important for us here. Clear? The outer layer name as the perimetrium, that is the outer layer name as the perimetrium. Perimetrium is the outer. Okay, then name as the myometrium, another name as the myometrium, that is name as the myometrium. Myo mean the study of, myology mean study of muscles. So here the muscles are present. Which muscle are there? The smooth muscle which is sensitive to sex hormone, especially two hormones are there whose name as oxytocin and the prostaglandin. Remember beta, oxytocin and prostaglandins. Write down the two name of the hormones created by the myometrium. Clear beta? Okay. Then the third membrane plays a very important role during the cyclic change, during the menstrual cycle change. Okay, it will be the shed during that cycle. Okay, that is the innermost layer. That is the innermost layer is named as the endometrium. Clear beta? Everybody clear? So it has the tubular gland. Which one? That is the endometrium has the tubular gland. Clear? Or having the ciliated columnar cell also there. It has the rich blood supply is there. It has rich blood supply. Clear? Everybody clear? Right beta. So myometrium is also play the important role in the delivery of the baby because muscles are there, so help in the labor period. Then the external genitalia. External genitalia, you just come on the directly structures. So external genitalia is the combination of the few things. Remember here, these are the things. So the first is named as the pons pubis. First name as the pons pubis. It is the muscular, some muscles are there, the pubic hairs will be present. Okay, then it cover after that one the major part is named as the labia majora. The name is the labia majora on the both side of the vagina. Clear beta? On the both side of the vagina. It is the secretly placed fold of the adipose tissue. Here is the adipose tissue will be present. Remember adipose tissue of the skin. Clear? It is after that one the labia minora. After that one is the labia minora. It also expose the vestibule. It expose the vestibule. That is like same way of the majora. It has the two-fold. It is the two-fold skin. Here that is a two-fold skin structure will be there. Right beta? After that name as the clitoris. It is a female homologous to the male penis. It is the pseudopenis. That part is named as the pseudopenis. Clear? Right. Remember that one also. Okay. Another name is the that one is the name as the hymen. Hymen is a that is a covering of the skin-like covering who cover the vaginal part. It also show the virginity nature, but don't say like if it is rupture. If it is rupture, it is rupture due to the heavy exercise also during the cycling, do the heavy work, right? So that is not the simple of the virginity. Clear beta? So the next genitalia is the mammary gland. So in the mammary gland, it consists of the glandular tissue. It consists of the glandular tissue or the fat cell. Okay, the two cells are there, fatty cell and the glandular. Glandular cell contain the lobes. How many lobes are there? The number of lobes are there, nearby the 15 to 20 lobes are there. Each lobe has contained the alveoli. That can the alveoli. Alveoli can make the excrete the milk and just store for some time. So that is the store the milk here and pass into the duct. It pass into the duct. Clear beta? So these are the mammary lobes. After that is passed into the alveolus and the inner part is there. Then it pass into the another part, that is the swelling part is there. Every swelling part, that's named as the ampulla. So so it can be secreted and store for some time. Here is the ampulla. Ampulla can secrete and squeeze out through the lactiferous duct, that is with the help of lactiferous duct, and pass through the nipple when the milk can be squeezed out. Clear, students? So come on the next point. The major part is the gametogenesis in the female reproductive system. Like the male, the part name as the spermatogenesis. Here is name as the oogenesis. That means formation of the ovum. That is formation of the ovum is named as the oogenesis. Clear? Remember the few very important definitions are here, and the critical points are also there. We're going to discuss that oogenesis start during the embryonic stage. First of all, remember, oogenesis take place during embryonic stage. Name the week, 25th week of the fetal age. Clear? Second, the outer covering is named as the germinal epithelium. Is divide mitotically to produce, that means the 1, 2, 2, 4, right? Clear? And to form the oogonia. Who form the oogonia? That's named as the gamete mother cell. Or remember one thing, there is the no oogonia form after the birth of the baby. Then oogonia enter into the mitotically division and form the primary oocyst. Oocyst. Clear? Then oocyst is covered with the help of the few layers named as the granulose cells. Up to puberty age, it has only the 60 to the 80,000 so primary oocyst will be left in the ovary. Okay, and covered by the two new layer. One name as the thicca externa. Externa matlab outside, and interna inside. Whenever secondary follicle form, whenever the secondary follicle is formed. Clear beta? Then secondary can be transferred into the tertiary one. Okay, so just find the major difference between the secondary and the tertiary follicle. So there will be the presence of the atrium. So that is the tertiary. Okay, this is the presence of the atrium as compared to the secondary structure. That is the major difference. Clear beta? So whenever the tertiary follicle is formed, it covered with the help of the two layer, interna and the externa, according to their position. Okay, then it going to divide. Then it going to divide to form the two haploid cell. How much? Two haploid cell having the unequal size. The larger one name as the secondary oocyst. Secondary name as secondary oocyst, and first name as the first polar body. First polar body is going to degenerate. Clear? And in the secondary oocyst, the rich nutrients will be present. Clear beta? Then tertiary to form the secondary oocyst further change into the Graafian follicle. Just check here. That is the tertiary. After that to form the Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle, when it form the ovum, just rest name as the corpus luteum. Clear? That is the corpus luteum. Okay beta? Or that is the Graafian follicle, the outermost layer. That is that layer name as the zono pellucida, and the outermost layer name as the zono radiata. Outer name as the zono radiata. Clear? Then that stage the Graafian follicle release the secondary oocyst from the ovary is named as the ovulation. That is a very important point for you. Just going to learn beta. When it release the secondary oocyst from the ovary, that's named as the ovulation. Okay, I am asked the one question. At what stage ovulation take place? It take place in the metaphase second. Remember, in the second meiotic division. Clear beta? Whenever the entry of the sperm take place in the secondary oocyst, it stimulate to complete the meiosis second. So there is the formation of the haploid ovum and the secondary polar body. Secondary polar body is again going to degenerate. just check the flow out, that is the flow chart. Here oogenesis. In the oogenesis, during the mitosis differentiation, it forms the primary oocyst. One cell divided into the two, then two into again equally four. Okay. After that, in the birth time, that cell will be there. Okay. Up to childhood, same cell is there. But puberty, same cell is there. Clear? So when the primary oocyst is there, so it forms the secondary. When it forms, so it forms the first polar body, which is going to degenerate. Then the secondary oocyst change into the tertiary, who form the Graafian follicle, and Graafian follicle to form the ovum. Before that one, it also going to change in the meiotic second division, in the metaphors second, to form the second polar body is also going to degenerate. Yani both the polar body going to degenerate, or that cell is changed into the ovum. That step name is the oogenesis. Clear beta? Okay. If anybody have any doubt related to that concepts, so just drop the word message on my WhatsApp number. My WhatsApp number is 96712 00638. You also drop the message on email ID Anil Kumar Kumar Ghangus @gmail.com. Thank you very much, Meta, for watching the video. One thing more, just like the video, comment, share, and subscribe the video. Whenever I made the new video for you, so you just gain the knowledge and just find the one attachment on your mail ID or on the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much.